Straight ahead on 12 News, a busy weekend for Brooklyn Center Police. We'll have the latest on 2 shooting investigations. Plus, a mayoral race heats up as both candidates complain about stolen campaign signs. But first, firefighters battle a stubborn apartment fire in Brooklyn Center, leaving residents in shock. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Firefighters were called out to an apartment building fire in Brooklyn Center not once, but twice.
The fires broke out at the River Glen Apartments in the 600 block of 69th Avenue North. Our Cassie Bonstrom is there with more on the fire and the possible cause.
Yeah, Alex, Marcus Jones, his wife and 2 kids lived in that top apartment behind me. And after the first fire last night, he brought his family to a neighbor's house just to be safe. Within hours, he got word that his apartment, too, was up in flames. Everything gone?
Everything. I mean, if you look up there, you see it's completely burned down. So there's nothing in there.
Marcus Jones thought his family escaped bad luck when a fire broke out Sunday evening in the apartment unit below his. Brooklyn Center firefighters responded and thought they had it under control. That is, until the flames rekindled early Monday morning.
And we've been here since about, 4:30 or somewhere in that
Assistant Fire Chief Greg Jones says the second fire spread to Marcus's unit and into the roof. Around 50 firefighters from 9 departments were called in to help fight that second blaze. Now, 6 units are no longer livable. At least 18 residents are working with the Red Cross to find temporary housing, food, and clothing.
I'm still in a shock because I lost everything I ever worked for.
Marcus is watching the cleanup efforts and waiting to hear from his insurance company. He's trying to focus not on what he lost, but on what he still has.
But I thank God that my family and I will stay alive because those are just material things and we can still get it back.
Now, officials believe the first fire started in the bottom apartment's kitchen. Of course, they continue to investigate that. And there were working fire alarms and smoke detectors in the home, which, of course, likely led to the fact that there were no injuries in either fires.
All right, thank you very much, Cassie Bonstrom in Brooklyn Center. 2 men remain hospitalized with gunshot wounds after a shooting outside the Denny's restaurant in Brooklyn Center. Officers were called out to the restaurant Saturday at around 3:40 a.m. According to police, one of the men suffered a gunshot wound to the head and is in critical condition. As we went to air Monday evening, police had not made any arrests. This was actually the second recent shooting at this particular Denny's restaurant. 1 week ago, Saturday, a man was shot in the wrist. Police say no arrests have been made in that case either because the injured person has not been cooperative.
Meantime, police also responded to multiple shots fired at a Brooklyn Center SuperAmerica gas station. This shooting happened early Sunday morning at the SuperAmerica on West River Road off of Interstate 694. Police say someone fired shots into the air following an altercation between a party bus and another vehicle at the gas station. Police say the person who fired the shots was possibly not even involved in the dispute. No arrests have been made. The Brooklyn Park mayoral election is heating up.
1 day before the midterm election, candidates Jeff Lundy and Joy Marsh-Stevens say they are missing campaign signs. Reporter Sonya Goins caught up with the candidates.
Hi, are you planning on voting tomorrow?
Both candidates spent Monday stumping for last-minute votes.
I'm Joy. Have you decided which candidate you're supporting?
For a mayoral race, I have not yet.
So I knew you guys are home, and
yes,
so we're just going back and forth.
Very good.
They say door knocking and face-to-face campaigning is the best way to get out their message.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right.
I actually don't live very far from here. I've been in Brooklyn Park for 16 years, raised my kids here, and think Brooklyn Park is a really good city.
Neither Joy Marsh-Stevens or Jeff Lundy say they are relying heavily on campaign signs to get out the word. And that's a good thing because both camps say they've had signs stolen or vandalized.
About 80 plus. So I've lost whole streets of them. So somebody will go through and take every one, or they'll slice them in half or bend the rebar.
Lundy says the thieves have been so bold, they even took signs out of his front lawn.
I put them up twice, including all my neighbors, and they keep getting taken. Somebody walks through our neighborhood every couple nights, and we'll take every small sign out.
We are missing 15 as of about, I don't know, a couple weeks back.
Marsh-Stevens has also had her sign stolen.
We really don't put a lot of priority on lawn signs, so it's not something that we pay a lot of attention to.
The candidates are not pointing fingers directly at each other.
I think it's just a couple of wayward, supporters out there deciding to do things on their own.
And they have tough talk when it comes to their own camps.
I would be very quick to correct people on my team who would do something like that. Fortunately, we have folks on the campaign who are in charge of signs, who have been working on campaigns for decades.
Political analysts say there's always been a battle over lawn signs, especially when it comes to local races.
It's nasty business because both sides obviously work and put money into getting their signs out and then put up.
They can have an impact with undecided voters.
It's one of those things that voters might see just before they go into a voting booth. So in a close election, could make a difference.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonya, Goins, 12 News.
And it's a crime to steal or tamper with campaign signs. Offenders can be charged with theft, damaged property, and trespassing. Minnesota is a trailblazing state when it comes to voter participation.
The land of 10,000 lakes has led the nation in voter turnout the last 9 elections. Eric Nelson joins us now to tell us why there's high hopes for this election too. Eric?
Yeah, Mike and Alex, that trend is expected to continue in 2014, and the numbers could be even higher thanks to no-excuse absentee voting. Now, no-excuse absentee voting means anyone can vote early and they don't need a reason for doing so. For some, the process is fast and easy.
There's no line. I mean, I got in and I got out right away. It's the fastest voting I've ever done. So it's too convenient to not do, in my opinion.
More than 223,000 absentee ballots were sent out in Minnesota, and as of Monday morning, more than 168,000 have been returned. Some voters think this new rule could alter election results.
I think generally that there is too much time made available for early voting, and I think it has the potential to otherwise impact the election results on either side of the aisle.
Now, absentee voting ends at 5 p.m. today. If you are voting by mail, your ballot must arrive at the election office by Tuesday, or someone else can hand deliver your ballot by 3 p.m. on Election Day. Voters cannot deliver their own ballots that day. Mike and Alex?
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. And a reminder that 12 News will have live coverage of the local vote starting at 9 p.m. on election night. Tune in for results from all the local races, including state and city government, as well as school levy and school board results.
There is turmoil and disagreement with the head of the Minnesota State colleges and universities. Faculty at several MnSCU campuses have cast no confidence votes against Chancellor Stephen Rosenstone. The faculty says Rosenstone has fostered a culture of secrecy and has shown a, quote, lack of respect for faculty participation in strategic planning initiatives. Faculty at St. Cloud State, Winona State, and Minnesota State University Mankato have all cast no confidence votes. Those three schools are the largest four-year institutions in the MnSCU system, representing about half the faculty and students. North Hennepin Community College and Hennepin Technical College, both with Brooklyn Park campuses, are also part of the MnSCU system. Coming up, a Maple Grove company goes bananas over employee wellness. That's next in Business Matters.
And a little bit later in sports, it's a special day for the Wayzata cross-country teams at the state meet.
But first, the winds pick up, but Election Day will stay dry. From workplace fitness programs to healthy eating tips, employee wellness is a phrase you often hear.
It is more than a trend, it's a lifestyle change. Enter in a Maple Grove company that's making workplace wellness their business. In the office and hall of an American workplace, employees are expected to work smarter, faster, and longer.
This is a range of a basic classic fruit basket.
Sandra Giuliani wants to add healthier to that equation.
Our goal is just to make our workforce healthy.
Her year-old Maple Grove business, Fruit Time, brings wellness, think apples, oranges, and bananas, into the workplace.
We do have other options with pears and kiwi. We can also include some protein snacks like granola bar, nuts, popcorn.
With a client base of around 100,
now we're delivering this one out to Brooklyn Park.
Sandra makes monthly and weekly deliveries to companies around the metro.
Hi, how are you? Got delicious Honeycrisp apples this week.
At coffee distributor Coffee Mill in Brooklyn Park,
You can tell.
company president Scott Schwartz is the first to admit wellness wasn't always served up to employees with their cup of coffee.
We didn't do very well. Prior to the Fruit Time, we didn't give them very much, and we didn't give them much healthy. We would get donuts. Once in a while we get bagels, which is a little bit more healthy.
Oh, they do look good. Yeah.
In a year's time, this workplace has gone from monthly fruit deliveries for its employees
People take it. It goes very quickly.
All right.
to now weekly deliveries. And Schwartz believes it's an investment that's paying off with fewer employees getting sick. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
I think they feel like we're trying to take care of them. We show that we really care about them rather than just giving them something that's not good for them.
As long as there's takeout and vending, workplace temptations will still exist. But Sandra Giuliani is trying to see that healthy wins.
Why not grab an apple that will give you sustained energy throughout the day rather than a candy bar?
Workplace fruit deliveries range in price from $39 to $59. Coming up, one way to get rid of your Halloween pumpkins.
But first in sports, Champlin Park battles Totino-Grace for a section volleyball title. John Jacobson with that and more when we come back. John Jacobson now with sports, a big cross-country meet, and the local guys and gals did pretty well.
They did well again this year. You know, favorites coming into the season, they did not disappoint by the end of the year either. The Wayzata boys and girls teams are looking to defend their state cross-country titles over the weekend, and they fared pretty well down in Northfield. We'll start with a girls Class AA race. Twin sisters Megan and Bethany Haas from Alexandria finished 1-2, with Megan setting a new meet record, time of 13 minutes 40.9 seconds over 4,000 meters. Wayzata's Anna French and Annika Lerdahl finished in a pack of runners, taking 7th and 8th place. Michaela Keller-Miller of Wayzata is 11th. The Trojans win the team title for a 3rd straight year. Wayzata also a favorite in the boys race, and senior Connor Olson wins the 5K with a time of 15 minutes 17.1 seconds. Hopkins' Joe Klecker is 3rd, and Jarrett Carpenter is 7th for Wayzata. The Trojans win the team title again. We look at the final team scores. Wayzata's boys race to the championship with 47 points. Hopkins wins a tiebreaker, with Stillwater to finish in 2nd. St. Michael Albertville is 4th. Wayzata girls win the team title with 65 points. Edina is 2nd, and Wilmer is 3rd, followed by Eastridge in 4th place. Champlin Park beat Totino-Grace in Northwest Suburban Conference volleyball play last month. The two teams had a rematch on Saturday in the Section 5-3A championship. Each program looking for its first trip to state in over a decade. Eagles on the left. Check out the block here by Champlin Park. Sydney Healy rejecting the hit from Libby Cruzy. And the Rebels win the first set 25-20. Second set, and the Rebels' Peyton Studelberg digs the ball. Brenna Walton with the set for Hilly with a big swing and kill. And the Rebels win again, and they close this one out in 3. Hilly sets to Janae Alderson, who hammers home the match-winning point. Champlin Park sweeps Totino-Grace 25-20, 25-20, and 25-17. The Rebels face Roseville in the state Class 3A quarterfinals Thursday morning at the XL Energy Center. Wayzata's volleyball team hoped to score its 2nd straight upset as they played in the Section 6-3A final. Trojans ready for action against top seed Eden Prairie. It's a good start for Wayzata. Off the Eden Prairie serve, the Trojans go to Morgan Baumfield in the middle for the kill and a 10-5 lead. Sophomore Kate Berg, it's tough to stop early in the match. This cross-court shot puts Wayzata up 19-15. But Eden Prairie makes a late run to take the set. Grace Pearson tips home the Trojans' overpass as the Eagles win 25-23. Eden Prairie plays strong defense all match. The dig here leads to a kill for Abby Erke as the Eagles win set 2 25-18 to go up 2-0. Wayzata battles hard in set 3. Tia Dilly Starks ends a long rally by hitting the back corner. 17-16 Wayzata. But Eden Prairie is too much. The set goes to Ashley Brueggemann for the kill. Eden Prairie takes the Section 6 title for a 4th straight season. The state high school football playoffs kick off around the state this Thursday with only a couple of local teams still alive. Highlights from Halloween night section play. At Maple Grove, the Crimson hosted White Bear Lake. Second quarter, Brad Davison throws for running back Clark Winnicky, who glides into the end zone from 22 yards out. Maple Grove leads 14-0 at halftime. The Crimson defense pitches its 3rd consecutive shutout. Brent Hemsley with the interception. Crimson blank the Bears 35-0. At Totino-Grace, the Eagles hosting Stillwater. Lance Bennick breaking out of a couple of tackles, and he fights his way into the end zone for a touchdown to make it 21-6 Eagles. Grace defense stifles Stillwater most of the night. Preston McAsee buries the runner for an Eagles safety. And the Eagles win it over Stillwater 29-13. Also in Class 6A, Wayzata played at Rosemont. The option pitch going to Dimitri Williams. He scores from 16 yards out. Rosemont wins big over Wayzata 49-14. Osseo playing at Eastridge, tied at 17 in the fourth quarter. Eastridge kicker Grant Ryerson boots home a 38-yard field goal with just over 5 minutes to play, give the Raptors a 20-17 win over the Orioles. Providence Academy Lions were at home to play Glencoe Silver Lake. Third quarter, the Panthers' Teddy Peterson runs through a big hole and scores an 11-yard touchdown to make it 20-7. And they go on to eliminate previously unbeaten Providence Academy 28-7. The state football playoffs will continue Thursday for Totino, and then Maple Grove will play Friday night.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Still ahead, we find a new home for Mr. Jack-o'-lantern.
We'll be right back.
And congratulations to one of our own. That's reporter Sonya Goins holding an award for Volunteer of the Year. Sonya got the award this weekend from the Minnesota and Dakota's chapter of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Sonya has raised $20,000 for the organization by running 4 half marathons. She was diagnosed with the disease in 1985 and talks to groups to help spread awareness about Crohn's. So we want to say congratulations, big congratulations to Sonya and her family there on the award. Now that Halloween is in the rearview mirror, some of us are wondering what to do with all those pumpkins.
Well, the city of Plymouth has an answer. It's called the Plymouth Pumpkin Drop, which is in its 6th year now. All you have to do is just bring your pumpkin and toss it in a gigantic garbage bin at the city's maintenance facility, and the pumpkins will eventually become food for pigs on a nearby farm instead of being turned into compost.
These pumpkins will be brought to the farm and used basically as slop for pigs. Pigs will eat this, and kind of that whole circle of life kind of thing. We grow the plants, feed the animals, we eat the animals, and then it comes back in a circle.
And if you're going to drop off your pumpkin, just make sure to remove all the candles and anything else inside of it. Apples and gourds are also accepted. This is so popular that they've got a bigger bin now than they did last year because they filled it up before. So
all right.
People know where to go. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. Community Corner is coming up next.